It's important to make realistic planning goals. I'm Michael Redden, and if you have any comments or questions about this video, please leave them in the comments section below. And if you'd like to schedule an appointment with me, please click on the link in the description or go to reddenlawoffice.com and click on schedule a planning session. So it's really important to make realistic planning goals. A lot of us go into this whether it's asset protection planning, business planning, or estate planning, and we really have goals in mind that are going to help our families, and they really are goals that we should strive for, but they might not be that realistic. I mean, think about it. If you're going to start your business and have it running through there, it's probably not realistic for you to have a 100% profit margin, for you not to pay anything to get your clients and get your customers, but still make unlimited amounts of sales. In the same regard, it's probably not realistic for you to think that I'm going to plan to protect my business and protect my assets, but if I get sued, I don't want to ever have to pay anything out. I want not even one single penny to be exposed. I don't want to let the person who sued me have a chance to get even a dime. The same thing comes when it comes to estate planning. If you have an estate tax issue, it's probably not a realistic goal to say, you know what, I want to go to zero estate tax exposure. You might be able to handle that kind of thing, but it's probably not likely. Just like if you go and sell your business, it's probably not likely that you're going to be able to do it and pay nothing in taxes. The best planning goals are ones that are realistic. You can say things like, I want to have as little as possible exposed. I want to pay as little taxes as possible. I want to make as much money and have the lowest expenses as possible. Those are good realistic goals. But a lot of us go in there thinking that, maybe we can get that absolute great result, that perfect result where it's going to be zero liability. Everything's great. We have no downside. And sometimes there are theoretical ways that we can do that. There may be some estate planning techniques or some asset protection techniques that at least make those ideals possible on paper. But then we get into practice and it turns out that in order to get that ideal result, we have to go through a lot of extra burdens that aren't practical, that we can't keep up with. It may be something that's not favored with court, so it really depends on which judge you get. And it might not exactly be ethical or moral either because, how are we going to get through all these things without paying our bills? How are we going to actually make 100% profit if we pay no wages and pay nothing else? It's just not really realistic. So have realistic planning goals. That's what you got to do when you start from the beginning. Set your goals about what it would look like and what would make you happy, and then kind of go from there. Every person's not going to be happy. Even all of your heirs aren't going to necessarily be happy with what you do. What you do might be fair, but that doesn't mean everyone's going to be absolutely happy. The same thing's going to go with your creditors. The same thing's going to go with Uncle Sam and your taxes. We just try to develop a plan that does the best that we can do, and you got to really stay realistic for those kinds of things. And in the end, if your goals are achieved, the ultimate goal, the ultimate substance that you're looking for is achieved, and you've got a plan that you can manage, a plan that you understand, then it probably was a good result. That's another thing that comes from impractical planning. If we don't have practical results, our plan may become so complex and depend on so many different things that we really don't understand it or how it works. So don't look for that ideal, perfect result. Life's not perfect. Life is messy. You don't really find that 100% profit margin, that zero tax dollar plan, and you probably won't find that in your planning either. Just like you don't find an insurance policy that covers absolutely everything that you do. You're not going to have an asset protection plan that's going to cover every thread and every single dime. So keep that stuff in mind with your planning. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you want to meet with me, please click on the link in the description. Go to reddenlawoffice.com and click on schedule a meeting.